Hello everyone and welcome to another casual review. Today I'm talking about Pikmin, specifically Pikmin 1. I played this via the Pikmin 1+2 collection that recently came to the Nintendo Switch. I'm not sure if these are remastered or changed anyway from the original. I guess I should have done my homework before recording this review. But I have not played the original Pikmin 1 or 2 on the GameCube and or Wii. Actually, the very first Pikmin game that I ever played was Pikmin 3 on the Wii U. But I was excited to finally get Pikmin 1 and 2, therefore owning all the mainline Pikmin games for the Switch. I gotta say, there is a lot missing from Pikmin 1 that I am way used to in Pikmin 3 and 4. The fact that this is actually my fourth Pikmin game that I am playing through, it's difficult to not look forward and see all of the quality of life features and a variety of gameplay that has been added in the future games compared to this game. So I'm going to try and not just make this whole video about me complaining about what's not in Pikmin 1. However, I do want to spend a decent amount of time identifying some of those key differences that really affected my enjoyment of the game, because I just know what could be in future Pikmin games. So I can't help but find myself comparing Pikmin 1 to its newest additions. The first and most obvious one are you're only dealing with 3 different Pikmin, and actually it is kind of nice dealing with the simplicity of only having 3 different Pikmin to manage. You got your red Pikmin, your yellow Pikmin, and your blue Pikmin. And as far as the differences between these, some of the main ones are pretty obvious that are prevalent in all the Pikmin games. Like red Pikmin are immune to fire. Yellow Pikmin, there's actually no electricity in this game, but yellow Pikmin you can throw farther. Blue Pikmin can go in the water. But as far as like other features that have been attached to these Pikmin, such as like red Pikmin are better fighters and yellow Pikmin are faster at digging, I'm not actually sure if those Pikmin have these qualities in this first game. Another thing that I've noticed is these Pikmin either take a really long time to mature, or there's kind of a different mechanic to get them to mature. And when I say mature, I mean the little buds on top of their heads sprout into flowers, which makes them faster, fight better, carry things quicker, that kind of thing. So it seems like they don't really mature on their own over time with existence. Basically, the only ways I've found that you can get these guys to mature is by drinking the sap that they can get from certain enemies or dig out of the ground, and the sap only matures maybe like 3 different Pikmin, or after the, I don't know if you want to call them Pikmin seeds, after the seeds have been planted, before you pluck those Pikmin, you just have to leave them in the ground and almost let them ripen to the state that they become matured. So there is a little bit of additional strategy here where maybe it's in your best interest, if you want those matured Pikmin, to leave them in the ground before you pluck them. Plucking Pikmin is also tedious and it takes a long time. If you have a ton of these Pikmin seeds that are planted in the ground and you're going around plucking them, this can take much longer than what I'm used to in Pikmin 3 and 4, where it is so quick and snappy. It takes a pretty decent amount of time to pluck all these guys out. Not to mention, all these guys are in their own individual onions. These are like the hubs that hold all the Pikmin that you're not currently using, because you can only have up to 100 Pikmin following you at one time. And so since I started with Pikmin 3, I've only known an onion that's just like combined with all the different onion types. But in this game, you have your red onion, your yellow onion, and your blue onion. So if you're going around plucking these little guys, you have to go down around to each of these onions as well. Additionally, this game is missing, just lots of quality of life features that I'm used to. The lock-on system, it was difficult for me to try and line up my reticle to where I wanted to throw my Pikmin. The charge that I'm so used to in Pikmin 4, where I just launch all of my Pikmin at an enemy, is not here. So I just have to ferociously mash that A button to try and throw all 100 Pikmin on this bad guy. The following system is very awful. Like, these Pikmin are so dumb. I'm used to smart Pikmin at this point, and so it's almost like I'm trying to corral 100 toddlers to follow me. And unless the Pikmin are matured, which I already mentioned are a little more difficult and tedious to acquire, these Pikmin are so slow. And so Olimar moves at a normal pace, but like the Pikmin just are so slow, and they get caught on walls and they run into flames easier. And if you're trying to like go across a bridge, your Pikmin will just walk into the water, and unless they're blue Pikmin, they'll just start drowning. So it really feels like I am just like a preschool teacher just trying to get all these preschoolers to follow me around this super dangerous terrain. I'm sure the Pikmin 1 veterans have strategies to get around these in terms of like navigation and combat, but I'm used to the quick and snappy and smart Pikmin of Pikmin 3 and 4. Even just trying to switch between like what color of Pikmin I want to use, it's not quick and snappy and intuitive with the shoulder buttons. It's like I have to hold a Pikmin in my hand and then cycle to the certain color that I want, and then the next time I want to throw a Pikmin, I have to do like the same thing. So it's tedious that way. Only yellow Pikmin can hold the bomb rocks to destroy like the stone walls, and I have to like cycle to those Pikmin with the bomb rocks. Everything in future Pikmin games has just been so much more streamlined that I'm finding myself struggling trying to control and navigate around this game. Even with the camera, I'm not really like used to the camera. It kind of like wants to be zoomed up super close or like way zoomed out from this isometric perspective. It's like it's not the Pikmin camera that I'm used to. And I get it. I'm trying to force Pikmin 1 to be Pikmin 4, which it is not, and I really should just appreciate Pikmin 1 for what it is. But I really feel like maybe those of you who played this game when it first came out and maybe you're a little more nostalgic about it, you may tend to overlook some of these problems because this game really is beloved. And I feel like I'm just crapping on this game a ton and saying how awful this game is. It's not. It's still Pikmin. It's still fun. I just wanted to address like some of these changes and how difficult it is for someone like me who only knows Pikmin 3 and 4 to go back to this game. So let's talk more about the actual game itself instead of playing this comparison game. Similar to normal Pikmin fashion, Olimar crash lands on this planet, and now he has to enlist the help of these creatures called Pikmin to find his 30 ship parts. There's no like Nintendo memorabilia or batteries or like evidence of this world that was once Earth. There's not anything like that. You're just strictly collecting these 30 ship parts. And like I said earlier, in terms of like the variety of Pikmin, there is beauty in the simplicity of the objectives. Like 100%ing this game feels super manageable. I feel like I'm not going to waste 50 hours just trying to get every little thing. It's just get these ship parts. And there are only 5 levels. Really, there's only 4 levels, and then like one final obstacle boss kind of level, which really is pretty short. You can accomplish it in a day if you're knowledgeable enough. And so you're looking at maybe like an average of maybe like 6 or 7 ship parts in each of these levels. Similar to Pikmin 3, you only have 30 days to do this. And in the past, I probably would have been pretty stressed about this time constraint, but having played Pikmin 3, I understand that these 30 days are more just to give you a little nudge to not stop and smell the roses as much as you normally would, not really to waste time, but really 30 days actually is plenty of time. When you think about it, you got 30 ship parts, 30 days. As long as you get 1 ship part a day on average, you'll be fine, which is totally manageable. Usually you're going to find on average about 3 of these ship parts. I actually beat the game in 22 days, so I had 8 days to spare, which I'm sure is like a terrible record for those of you who are veterans to this game. But this was my first time playing, and the fact that I was able to beat this game in 22 days without using a guide or anything like that just shows you how much the time constraint really does not matter. He even kept saying, like, every time you finish one of these days, Olimar will log into his little computer diary. And he keeps mentioning, like, I don't think I need all the ship parts to actually get off this planet. So I imagine even if you didn't get all 30 ship parts, you probably will technically beat the game and see the credits roll. It's like a challenging game in some way. Like, compared to other Pikmin games, I feel like Pikmin 3 and 4 really stressed out me using my Dendori skills. That's my ability to multitask and do a bunch of different things at once. And I feel like Pikmin 1 had less emphasis on Dendori skills and more about trying to, like, safely navigate around this world full of these hazardous big bugs. And I gotta say, I lost a lot of Pikmin. Compared to Pikmin 3 and 4, I used to be so heartbroken whenever one of my Pikmin died and you see the little ghost. Like, it's super sad and you feel like such a bad leader whenever this happened in 3 and 4. But so many Pikmin died in this game particularly that I just kind of became calloused. Like, yep, that's just the casualty of war. Just another 20 Pikmin drowned to their death, right? Like, I feel like it's a lot more brutal in terms of its hazards, but I also feel like I didn't have total control of that because of the stupidity of the Pikmin, and I also feel like the enemies themselves are more brutal and give you less time to react to their attacks before their tongue comes out and they eat a bunch of your Pikmin. So yeah, I lost a couple hundred Pikmin. They died for the greater good of getting Olimar back home to his wife and kids. Overall, it's still a good game. I would not say that I always had the best time playing this game, but it's a short enough game that kinda didn't matter. I didn't grow to dislike this game. It's still Pikmin. You're still having fun building up your army of these Pikmin and watching them all carry these objects to your ship for you and kind of just commanding them and trying to multitask. Maybe not as much as 3 and 4, but yeah, you're trying to use your time efficiently. So I still had fun with it. I'm going to give this game a 3 out of 5, but I will say so far it's been my least favorite Pikmin game, which makes sense because it's like the very first Pikmin game. So if you were just playing this game for the first time and you didn't know any better, like how good Pikmin could feel and control in the future, like, yeah, I could see this game really setting itself apart from other games of its time. I'm excited to play Pikmin 2 and get through that one because that is the very last Pikmin game that I have to beat, and then I'll own every Pikmin game and have beaten every Pikmin game. But if you mention Pikmin Bloom to me, I swear, I'm not saying that just because, like, I don't like Pikmin Bloom. That's not the case, but, like, Pikmin Bloom isn't really a game that you can beat or own. Well, guys, that's it for me. Let me know if you have any questions or comments about Pikmin 1, and I'd love to hear what you have to say. That's it for me, though. I'll talk to you later. Bye!